Oh, oh God. Oh God, not ready. Well, I'm as ready as I'll ever be, right? It's been long enough. Oh, I gotta turn this music down for me. But, you know, we might as well start with a little audio balancing. How's the volume for you guys? Oh, geez, I just backtracked instead of lowering the volume. Okay, so that's easier on my ears, so I'm gonna do that. Give me a sec. We're gonna move to this. Hello! Nice to see you guys again. Hey, my mic is actually unmuted this time. Nice to see you guys. I'm happy to be back. I know last night's upload was a little spicy, but I'm excited to get back into covering Sonic news. I have two surprise guests with me today. They're my very good friends, and it's going to be a really fun show tonight. I've been getting to know these two individuals over the past couple of months, and some of them years, and we're really close. So we're just going to come together, have a good time, and see what's in store for Sonic's future. Let me just go over a primer really quick, just to make sure we've covered it all. So you know what day it is. And it's going to begin the broadcast on IGN is going to begin in about 13 minutes from now, so that's 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And what we're expecting is new Frontiers details. We just found out last night via using... I don't exactly know how they do it, but you can kind of see in the coding of YouTube how many minutes the premiere is, because they pre-upload it. And so the idea is that they found out somehow that it was 7 minutes. Now, how much of that is actual gameplay by itself, we don't know yet. That's basically it. So without further ado, let me introduce my wonderful surprise guests, and I'll let them introduce themselves. Let me just join in for a sec. We're gonna have to balance some audio, so just give us some time.
Other people who are really into that stuff.
Oh, you guys are in the middle. Sorry to interrupt. Wait, what did you call me? You just called me beautiful?
He was talking to me, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, stay in your lane, bro.
I'm sorry. I just thought you were talking about me. I don't know. I'm feeling more positive than I was yesterday, apparently, and I'm thinking people are calling me beautiful when they're not.
Yeah, this is the third time you've assumed a compliment is about you. There's a problem, dude. We need to sort this out.
Okay, so chat, let me know how Gerbil, which, by the way, we didn't even do proper introductions, so let me just reroute the discussion. Take us from that bit to actually what we're doing. This is Gerbil. Gerbil, the one clowning on me. Hey, Gerbil, how you doing today?
I've seen the Frontiers trailer, and in the trailer, Sonic turns around and he has black eyes and he says, "Don't you ever make fun of Family Guy again." And then it resumes as normal. So beware of that. These are my words.
Okay. We also... You're getting no words from me, sir. Moving on, we also have Wallace Prower here. How you doing, bud?
What's up, gamers? It's your boy Wallace Prower, aka Wallace, aka the boy Tyler the Creator's been kissing since 2004. We're out here watching some Sonic, and I can't wait to see him run.
He probably will do a lot of running. Let's use that as a segue into we have a little bit of time here, right? Because like I said, the broadcast doesn't start until around 11 minutes from this very moment, and so we have some time to kind of call our shots.
Did you say the broadcast?
Yo, what?
Did you say the broadcast? That's sick.
Bro,
that's actually unironically an awesome name.
I'm here for these Sonic the Hedgehog funny moments.
Wait, wait, who is that? Lords? Is that you?
What? Are you good, bro?
Into the household.
Yeah,
Someone's...
are you okay? Do we need to like call someone about this?
When you see your own account chat to you, it's a little concerning.
You just got like a vision from another timeline.
That's very strange. I wish Lords would answer.
See you on the stream typing on your phone. This is so funny. Holy
anyway, so hopefully Lords will answer soon. Besides that, I think somebody maybe renamed themselves. I am tripping out. Anyway, so let's call our shots. So what do you guys think we're gonna see today? Let's start with Gerbil.
I think I'm gonna be disappointed. if we're being genuine right now, which I don't do often, I'm hopeful for the new direction, but it really just doesn't look like my thing. And you know, I'm not gonna make it seem like it is the wrong Sonic, because you know, Sonic means different things to different people. But I think for me, it looks a little bit too combat focused. You know, from what we read about the those leaks a while ago, which seemed to be holding up pretty fairly to what we've seen so far. I don't know if I'm not extremely hopeful, but I'm really hoping to be proven wrong. I'm really hoping to be proven wrong.
I absolutely agree with that feeling. I really hope I'm wrong. I do. The thing is, I focused on I think a criticism that's realistic. Though thumbnailing the video with my problem with the game may have been a choice that is debatable. We'll get to that later. But let's see where the chips fall. I find it strange that people were like, "Hey, why don't you wait until the 7 minutes of gameplay? Why are you judging like only a couple of seconds?" And to that I say, like, I'm gonna do the live stream the day after too. These are just my initial thoughts. The reality is that content people want so much content, like, and it is hilarious. It is ridiculous. I think that is hilarious. And I even say in the videos, like, I don't really know what's going on with YouTube. Like, I've been around YouTube for a long time, and this is not how it always was. So it's definitely weird. But I think that's how YouTube is. And I don't think I was misleading anybody. It's just my take. Anyway, sorry, I just wanted to take that time. I didn't mean to take your time, Wallace. We have plenty of time.
Inspirational.
My
That
boy was
inspirational.
spitting in the mic. He must
Yeah,
have a problem the way
I
he's
do-
spitting so much.
I do that often and challenge me on that. Like, I need to do it less because sometimes I just go
That
on and
actually
on and
made me
on and on
cry.
and on. Oh my
That
god.
made me cry. That was like actually beautiful. I like genuinely shed it to you. You should do motivational
You don't,
speaking.
it doesn't sound like you're crying. I think you're lying.
No,
to
I'm
me.
actually crying. I'm actually like genuinely crying. There's like water coming out my eyes.
Take a
and stuff.
picture of your tears. Prove it.
He's just such a girl boss that he doesn't have to. He can hold back the tears.
Okay, you were both talking at the same time, so Gerbil, go first.
Yeah, shut up, Wallace. So rude to me all the time.
I had the talking stick. I don't know if you know.
I forgot we're in middle school. Yeah, so true, my friend.
Yeah, so awesome.
You did not miss the trailer, Tim. You did not. We have 7 minutes until the trailer goes live. We're just going to give our predictions on what we think we're going to see. So far, Gerbil has said he's probably going to be disappointed. I'm hoping to be wrong, and so is Gerbil. That's basically a recap. And now we're asking Wallace. We're eagerly awaiting what Wallace has to say about what you think the future of Sonic holds.
Well, I just wanted Tim to know they didn't miss the trailer, but you know what? We missed them. I'd say for the trailer, right? I don't actually have too many expectations. 10 years of Sonic games I'm really been a fan of has kind of just led me to not like be the most excited. I mean, I'm curious to see how this is going to go because I think there's a lot of really interesting ideas at play here. I really just want it to look, I guess, fun. I feel like that's like a pretty easy cop-out answer, but I just want something that looks playable, fun. I want to be able to boot up and go, hee hee hee, I'm having a great time, Dad. You know, that kind of energy.
That's awesome. That's
I'm having a great
inspirational.
time, Dad.
Wallace, you said you were a Sonic fan. You said you've been a Sonic fan for 10 years, but you were also born 10 years ago. Is that correct?
I was actually born like 8 years ago. I was born into a Sonic loving family. Papa
that sounds-
Flower.
Wait, are you capping right now?
I'm totally capping.
No,
Okay.
he's real. He's real. He's 100%. He was born 8 years ago on this day.
Oh, no, I was born in a Nintendo family. I had a break tradition.
Great tradition, he says. Buying full price games.
Yeah.
So wait, let's get a recap of what your thoughts are. So you think you're not asking for too much? You just want a game that's fun?
I think I just want something that's fun and doesn't look cheap.
And what
I
do
don't
you
want
think
something
about the
that looks
battle
like a-
animations? You got to throw your hat into the ring. You're on Tails' channel.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's out blood today, Wallace.
Dude, I'm out for blood. I'm here to whip a nene and pwn some noobs. I think the animations.
What is wrong with you?
I think
What is
the
wrong?
currently some of the animations do be looking kind of cringe. As in just like they don't look as high quality as they can be. I think especially with like when he's fighting my man, it's just striking poses. It feels it doesn't have like that kind of same. Well, there's like some weight to it, but it feels kind of cheap. And I guess I want it to feel like, especially with the animation, where it feels a little more like, hey, we have a budget. We aren't messing around here type thing. So I don't know. I just don't want Sonic to be holding the same pose when he does that little spinny kick.
Right?
Yeah, no, we saw Wallace and I have seen the trailer. He hits some really iconic poses. He hits the whip. He hits the Dougie. He hits a
And
few
then,
things.
like when he zigzags around these enemies, he'll start flossing before he like goes up in the air.
Yeah, he did do that. I did see that. Yeah.
There's microtransactions in the game where you can buy emotes like in Fortnite.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
awesome. That was my favorite feature.
All right, so let me bring it back a little bit.
Sorry.
So all of that is great. I agree as well with the animations, obviously. And keep in mind, these are my close friends, so of course they feel similar to me about the game. Though I will say I did watch a lot of people's initial reaction to the trailer, and everyone said, oh my god, that notif is so loud. Sorry about that. Anyway, a lot of people were saying the exact same thing that I was, but really the only difference is that I made a thumbnail talking about what I didn't like. And I'm going to keep saying I think it's really important that we talk about the aspects we don't like, so long as it's realistic and achievable within the release time, right? And so I think what I asked for, while it may be annoying while you're trying to be hyped about a game you like, I still think it's important to talk about what you think could be improved, especially if it's constructive and realistic, right? It's one thing to just tear a game apart with like 20 seconds of footage and say it's going to be awful when you don't even know what the whole game is like. I get it. But I said, like, I hope there's more to do. And that's what I'm looking for, is all the different things you can do in the world. Realistically, I gave up on momentum. I did. Like, you can tell when he runs up that Titan, he starts to glide a little bit as soon as it goes into a wall-like angle, right? A 90-degree angle. Sonic is free falling. He's in his free fall animation, so he clearly can't go up the wall. So, and you don't see it anywhere, so there's no indication that's happening. So now we have to.
I think you're a hater. I think you're just a hater.
Maybe I am. I'm old and jaded. I've been through crap. All right. I almost.
Jaded.
That would go hard for a Sonic cover.
But what I want to refocus on or redirect to is like, what does Sonic do in the map? That's what I'm looking for. And so the more things I see that aren't fighting, the less I'll care about the fighting animations. I'm just saying there were so many cuts of fighting that it makes you think that that is a big portion of the game, because the idea is that there's depth in an open world game. There's a lot to do. You want it to feel jam-packed, alive, living. And even in a 20-second cut trailer, there should be a lot of different things, right? It should feel full. You can still show that. And when a lot of it is fighting...
Theme in the trailer.
What's that?
We hear the new theme in the trailer.
Oh my god, that's a way to hype people up.
Yeah. I want to hear Rivers Cuomo be like, I love these half hedgehog characters running around this spot.
So we have around 60 seconds before the premiere begins. Now, keep in mind, everybody, that when the premiere begins, there's going to be a countdown. It's a YouTube premiere, so there's going to be a countdown that lasts around 1 to 2 minutes. So it's not starting right this second. I will switch to the watch screen, but if you're watching somebody else's stream at the same time and you're about to get really, really hype, just slow down. There's still a couple more minutes before everything goes down. And I'll show you that right now. So we're switching to the stream screen. I have both chats opened. I really like to see the official IGN chat reaction too. I love to see the chat like fly. All right, so I didn't actually say what I expect. I honestly expect a majority of it to be fighting. I do. Proportionally similar to the short 20-second gameplay we got. We're just going to get more of it. So I think there might be more things you can do with the combat. I think it's going to look about the same, but there'll be kind of different attributes about it, right? A lot of the leaks talked about a skill tree, which I think is very likely considering trends. So I just think the animations are going to be the same, and I think if they can all be polished just slightly with the impact frames and and maybe just scaling the fists, making them kind of cartoony and big like in Smash Brothers, or even the Werehog does that, right? Just to compare it to something they've already done. And I know Unleashed is spicy. Okay, so here comes the premiere. Oh god, and it's so loud. I'm so sorry, everybody. All right, so you're hearing two music tracks overlapping. I apologize. Give me a second here.
That is problematic.
What did you just?
Extremely problematic.
What did you just say to me?
It's self-sabotage. He's doing this on purpose. He's trying to delay the inevitable, and we know this to be fact.
Okay, so yeah, we got 1 minute and 14 seconds left to go. We're about to see more frontiers, and I think we all gave our predictions, right? Anything you guys want to say before we?
Is this just like the full thing? Like we're getting like a break? Do we know what this consists of?
Not really, right? The part of the 7 minutes that we're about to see could just contain like a guy going like, "Hi, I'm Joe Bob from IGN. And we are sitting
Okay, I
here
know
with
that guy.
we're here with Azuka talking about 3D Sonic.
We're here
and he's-
with Sonic the Hedgehog.
We're
in
here
the
with the
flesh.
real
It's ugly
Sonic.
It's okay, guys. I'm back from my feature on the Chippendale movie.
And then everyone goes wild.
You should voice Sonic. You should voice Sonic from now on. That's a pretty good voice.
You guys just need Sonic the Hedgehog.
I think you go places with that voice, my friend.
I'm running from my problems instead of running towards a better future.
Oh my god, this is really deep and real.
Oh god, guys. Okay, so
We love that in Sonic plots.
realistically, I am expecting like Joe Billy. Like this is my I'm for comedy's sake, I'm predicting it's 10 seconds, right? It's gonna be like some Billy Joe Bob guy dude talking about stuff for like a third of it, and then the rest will be gameplay. All right, let's go. Let's see what it is.
It's gonna be Billy, yeah.
Holy
it's gonna
crap!
be Billy Joe.
Gameplay right away. No Billy Joe Bob.
It's such a stale.
Whoa,
it has
idle
an
it.
animation.
Oh, okay.
There's an idle animation. Oh, I
what?
can't hear it.
That's
I
a-
can't.
That's a first.
We've got previews and we've got interviews from the developers who made it all happen.
Okay, so there's interviews. So there is.
We'll be diving deep into
gonna be
what
talking.
you can expect when the game makes its way to you later down the road. First up, we've got the world premiere gameplay focusing on exploring the mysterious
Later down the
island
road, we're not getting
that
it this
Sonic
year.
suddenly finds himself stranded on at the start of the game. Be sure to stick with IGN throughout June so you don't miss anything. Until then, here's
Okay.
your first look at gameplay from Sonic Frontiers.
Oh gosh. Okay, so day-night cycle. It's like a different time of day. I don't know if that's a different world.
That's epic.
It's the same world,
That's
but.
kind of like Sonic Unleashed.
Okay, here we go. What is this? Is there gonna be a narration telling us? Okay, so I had a feeling this was gonna be what it's like moving really slowly, like not doing a lot. So let's just see what he does, right? What can he do? Okay, so this is like nothing groundbreaking.
This
Oh, dude,
this,
he is
this
That-
looks
but that was a
painstakingly,
punch.
Like,
I almost couldn't see the punch. Like I
this
guarantee you.
gives me like a Rise of Lyric vibes.
Oh, we predicted that. Okay, so you can run right up it.
Up that wall. Oh my goodness.
He's going real slow. This is.
I just saw him do like the soy point thing. That was awesome.
Oh, did
Fucking
I? I
blue
didn't even
coin.
Yeah,
realize.
on the stream, that was awesome.
But see, he's going really slow. I want to see someone have
Yeah.
fun, like go through it really quick. That's what we're looking for. This is kind of bringing back Lost World stuff a little bit. Whoa! Oh! Breath of the Wild. No, why can't he run up it? Okay, he can. He can.
He was just taking his time.
I'm like slightly delayed because I live in a different country.
Oh, sorry about that. That's an L.
You good, bro? No,
That's
you're
an L
fine.
for Australia.
I don't want to ruin this moment for you. This huge moment.
So there are rails that are integrated into these towers. So that's not like that. Those rails are fine. The floating ones look silly. I kind of get that.
I just think these towers look really just like bland looking.
Are you going slow on purpose? Like they are, like Sonic. This.
They're
But it
milking the
feels like
content.
Even faster though. Like I think this is just platforming.
What's happening with the rings? Wait. That's okay. That's fine. They kind of go away and then towards him. Interesting.
Funky
There's a
animation.
lot of like just floating rails.
Wait, was that? Did all that just pop in when he landed?
Oh no, we're getting things popping.
Oh my
Oh,
god, I just
pop
saw
it.
that. Yeah, it did. I saw that. That's funny.
Okay, so
I like
this is the floating
design
stuff.
of the strings and stuff. They look really cool.
So this kind of looks like Generations. So the punching needs more impact. It does. It's neat.
This
man's
feels like
throwing, like,
Sonic
little, like,
Forces with the punch button.
Okay, moving around the world. This is what we want to see. But like, we're not seeing any rolling down the hill. The rails on the ground are cool.
That's a neat addition, I will say.
I didn't see
Break
those
the
rails.
rocks. That's cool.
Wait, is it digitizing in? Like it's part of the game?
I think it's.
What?
Are we
Dude,
getting like
that's-
a Unleashed on the Wii where it's just like you push a boost button, you get like a little boost, but not like a straight running kind of boost?
I hope so. I like that system. I think that one's better than the normal boost, right? Because it's like
Did
skill
he
based.
just run on water? Sorry, I had to look away. Oh my god, okay, so I like the running on
Oh,
the walls. I do. I really like the Lost
Yeah,
World
that's
kind of thing.
Like parkour and stuff. That's sick.
Tricks?
Oh, yo, hitting
Wait,
those tricks.
okay, so the tricks need a little bit more oomph too.
Dougie. I saw him hit the Dougie.
I like how the tricks are there though. This feels like everything kind of is coming together from Generations Lost World. Like we have kind of been waiting for them to incorporate all these elements together, but the animations are stiff. And he was just bugging out there, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, the animations look kind of bad.
But we can fix that though. That's not bad. We can.
Yeah, I mean, it's a minor nitpick in the grand scheme of things. Absolutely.
Like that can be improved. So this is not a negative thing.
Yeah,
we're
for
getting
sure.
puzzles.
Okay, so he's pushing something. It opens more of the world. We're about done. I think it's about to cut off. No interviews?
Oh.
Is he a darker blue than usual?
Yeah, he is from Forces.
It seems like
Oh, here we go.
saturated.
Oh, there's some Roger clips.
Bounce pad.
Okay, so some puzzles using that. I do like that mechanic. Okay, so what does this do? Okay, so it does generate rails. It generates the tech. I literally said that would happen.
Hold on. Wait for okay, the little.
I
puzzle,
literally
yeah.
said that would happen. I predicted that like months ago. Like many months ago. Now, if that's how all the rails get built, that's kind of neat. And if the world slowly gets bigger and bigger, that's really cool.
I like how they throw you in these open areas. I feel like that's really cool. Like these big platforms to jump around and stuff.
Oh, you can kind of run on the walls. It's kind of like
Yeah, I think you straight up can, can't you?
but it's kind of like jittery.
We haven't really shown it off yet, like properly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Always-
here's that iconic shot. Oh.
So the boost in the air doesn't make him glide quite like it did in Forces, which is fine.
Looks like you can hold on to the boost though, almost.
So yeah, momentum does not play a role at all, and that's exactly what I predicted would be
Yeah, I
happening.
feel like it's
It's just boost.
honestly. Yeah, the water looks nice. I'm not gonna lie. It's a W.
Yeah, so like moving around doesn't seem fun in itself. Like they're not leaning into the fact that it's a Sonic open world game. It feels like a Sonic
Yeah.
Generations open world game, which is neat.
I'm getting a lot of Sonic Forces vibes, and not in like a bad way, but like the way Sonic moves and like the animations and.
But it feels
It's clear
polished
that
enough
they-
to compare to Generations, I think, now. There's actual idle animations, like...
I don't know.
Really? You think it doesn't look like
Yeah, well,
Generations, at
I
least?
definitely don't disagree with you, but I also think that there are areas of this which feel very tacked on.
So basic
makes sense.
puzzles, right? Like, we're not seeing... The part that's going to take you a long time is not mastery of Sonic's movement through the environment, like it debatably should be. It's going to fill your time with completing all these little tasks. Which it does look like there's...
What does this do? The tire thing.
So I think
they
it's
have,
going to
like,
create...
little creatures, like the little dudes.
Oh, that's it. What did it create? What did it do? It created a fruit? Okay. Oh my god, that's it. Oh my god, okay.
Wow.
Didn't
I'm
they say
guessing
they
that
had-
takes you to cyberspace then, right?
Okay, so interviews, and there's going to be more coming later throughout this month. But wow, that happened.
I don't want to say that was it because it was a lot of that was a lot of footage, but like
He was walking slowly, which I wish I said in my predictions because that was also something I thought was going to happen. So I'm sticking to my guns before we start into this discussion portion. I'm sticking to my guns with the fact that it doesn't look like all that an open world Sonic could be, but it's an open world.
someone said it looks genuinely terrible.
It's like
I
an
think it
open.
looks good.
It's like an open world Sonic Generations, right? The
Yeah.
puzzles are very similar to the missions in Generations, which I didn't think were painful. Like, there have been definitely worse missions in other Sonic games. A lot of them were fun, and I'm hoping they have imaginative missions as well, maybe that feature the other characters like Generations. And if it really just ends up being like Generations content, but just all packed into an open world game where there's towers and things like that, it'll be okay. I can predict it getting like a 7.5, and that will be just fine. But I just hope that the quality improves. And we should have a higher bar of quality than 7.5 at this point after the movie. It kind of feels like Sega is going, what's the bare minimum that we need to do where we can spend the least amount? And I think if we continue to say things like, I think the battle animations need to be better, right? And we give realistic feedback, that's going to raise the bar of standards for Sega. We don't want to be taken advantage of. Do you want to have people at Sega going like, I know they'll buy this and I can spend far less because they'll just buy this. Do you want to be the Sonic fan that gets swindled in that way? No. So you should say what bothers you. And maybe the fighting animations doesn't bother you, but it bothered me. And you should make a video about what bothers you. And if nothing bothers you, then make a video about how I bother you. Go ahead.
Someone posted the video with Apache from SpongeBob. That's it. Video. It's cracking me out. That's so funny.
Wait, Patchy?
It was like 10 seconds of footage. Yeah, the SpongeBob like Tom Kenny pirate guy.
Wait. Oh, like that's it?
Yeah,
that one?
Yeah, the guy.
Aw,
You
okay.
not seen that? Dude, I feel like we got a lot. Like
I do
it
too.
went by quickly, but we got a fair bit. I feel like I'm not gonna lie. It looks cool, but I feel like my suspicions have kind of been validated.
In what way?
I just don't think it's ready. I know they've got like 6 more months of like development time, but I mean not even 6 months. But like you gotta keep in mind like the shipping and But I think this game needs another delay. Honestly,
It could use another delay.
It needs more time.
I kind of agree, honestly.
It could
still
use-
feels like
It could use delay.
Yeah.
Carry on, Wallace. I can wait.
the patience are impeccable in you. I just think that yeah, I don't know. I mean, first of all, Sonic's idol, like he just has like that one pose that he just like stands there like Fidel posing pretty much, and it's just like.
Yeah.
I wish there's more
100%.
movement to it. I think a lot of the animations do feel pretty stiff, honestly. Like they kind of feel robot. I don't know. This game just doesn't feel like it has, like to me personally, it doesn't feel like it has a lot of like kind of heart into it. I don't know. It feels very robotic. Feels very kind of like manufactured.
I think it's leaning too much in the realistic angle when Sonic looks cartoony as hell in his model.
Yeah.
Like
That was my biggest problem, yeah, with the lack of art direction here. I've been saying this from day one, and people have been like really not liking me for it. But this game looks beautiful, but aesthetically, I think it is just trash. Like it's photorealism. I got to be honest with you, I don't like it.
Well,
it's a nice
again, I want
Sonic
to.
game that looks like good graphic wise, because it feels like
Yeah.
Sonic games have kind of looked the same for the past 10 years and not like really improved visually all that much. So on that front, it feels like it's gotten like an actual upgrade, but just it kind of lacks like style to it, like a Sonic World kind of style.
Yeah, like a flair, like the fun, the imaginative side of it. And the thing is, I want to reroute it back to the positive side because I think we should. But again, the good news is that we can change this, right? Like this is something that's doable. Like I'm not asking for them to completely reanimate the character. There are definitely subtle things they can do to tweak the animations to make impacts look more satisfying. And maybe a delay is required for that. Again, I don't know. But it wouldn't be the first time we've seen fan feedback make a subtle change. And I don't think it's incredibly unrealistic to ask for that.
I think.
Yeah, carry on.
I hate to be a negative, Nilly, but the game has such a pop-in problem. Like,
Yeah,
there's
it does.
parts like in the ground where like the ground pops in, or like the platforms will kind of pop in. I feel like that is a big like, ooh, especially.
I almost
like,
wish they tied it to the narrative and had it like glitch in like the game with like some effects.
I feel like that could be like a quirky like solution to it, honestly.
I wish they
Did
did.
you see that part where there was this cluster of just floating rails in the sky?
Yeah,
Like we just went past it. That looks so weird. Like,
well, I hope we're in mid-game in this footage, and that's all stuff you kind of had to activate, and slowly you get a really full world of different things. Because there's got to be NPCs. I find it insane that we are not reusing the assets from Force's avatars to generate NPCs just to fill this world, because that would be such a cheap way to do it. And it seems like something they would do, considering they've reused a lot of Force's assets. And I think what a lot of people are saying, it seems like they're reusing a lot of assets from other Sega games as well. So it's very surprising we don't see any NPCs. So I theorize that not only are Sonic's friends trapped in cyberspace, but there are also NPCs trapped in cyberspace. And I want to mention that I have been proven right, because we did see a rail appear after activating a piece of technology or solving a puzzle. So the idea is that you solve these puzzles. We're seeing it right now on screen. You solve these puzzles, and it does something. It's activating a fruit in that particular case, but it does other things too, it looks like. So, yeah, to go off of what you were saying, Gerbil, I really do hope that all those rails are something we at least have to activate. Again, I think it's realistic to say, like, hey, there's a pop-in issue. Cool. Maybe your engine can't handle what you designed. Just put a little effect on it so it matches the other stuff in the game. And
You get like a quirky kind of cover up, honestly, for it, but
why not? Why not?
might as well quirked up. I don't know. I'm like the graphic designer in me just really wants this game to have more style. I'm curious to see what its menus and UI look like.
It probably will look nice. I mean, Forces didn't look so bad UI wise.
Forces probably has the best Sonic UI like I've seen in any game, if I'm being honest.
I'm not worried about the UI.
Aesthetics.
I think because Forces
can I
did
ask
pretty
an
well.
important question?
Please do.
A very important question to me. So, the last Sonic game we got was 2017. The last mainline big Sonic game we got was 2017. And this is the result of, I want to say, at least 3 years of development. Why are we reusing all of these assets?
Saving money. I mean, Lost World and Rise of Lyric flopped real hard, and I guess they're still doing budget titles after years.
They have enough money to invest in the visuals of these environments. Like they put a lot of money into the lighting and the physics of the grass and the water, but it just bugs me that there's so many clashing elements, and there almost seems to be no consideration of how these elements are going to interact in this one world. How out of place things are going to seem. One thing you're going to eventually come to realize about me is I'm a big fan of how the classic titles and the adventure titles had the idea of abstract and surrealism as the centerpiece of a Sonic aesthetic. And here, it feels like they're trying to go with realism, but also trying to be... They're trying to hit like an almost PSO2 styled compromise. And I really don't think it works for Sonic's world. None of this looks like I feel like I'm not going to remember this in 10 years time. I'm not going to look back and think, oh, this is an iconic place or environment that easily defined my life at one point. You know what I mean? Or this is a big part of what I love about Sonic. It just feels like it's corporate. You know what I mean?
It does feel very corporate.
That feeling's gonna go away for you as you age too. I gotta mention that. The older you get,
Uncle Evan.
I mean,
I always trust you, Uncle Evan.
You become more aware of like all the pieces that are necessary for a game to be good, and you can't just like enjoy what you have and come up with your own reasons for why things are the way they are. But that's not to say that kids enjoy things that are bad. It's just it's so much easier to ignore when, for example, Sega's reusing assets just to save money. It's crazy that this is a problem now. I guess they call it just efficiency. The animations have definitely been improved in the general sense. So like Sonic going off dash panels, his falling animation, we said his idle animations.
I just saw the popping. Sorry, continue.
So surely if they could polish the Forces animations that they're reusing, they can polish up their new punching animations just to make it look a little more satisfying to do. Again, it seems like our focus has got to be, let's fill this world. I did not know about the rails on the ground, which is kind of neat. I like how they're kind of hidden. You can kind of discover them as you go through.
I think that is pretty fire.
I did notice that Sonic still does that thing where he runs in the air that like you do in classic games. Like, so if you run, if you run right off of like a harsh slope, he will just run in the air, which is really funny to me. That's still a thing. But it only happened in one scenario, so I don't exactly know what causes it. But yeah, the tricks need more oomph too.
I think it's just, it needs a lot more like style, because it just feels kind of like sterile right now. I feel like it needs that kind of life breathed like into it, because I don't know, I just feel like the animations can help with that too. But I mean, there's some things here that I just like, it's too late in development to really like fix sort of like the overall just kind of style of it and stuff. I don't know, there's just, this is just personally my opinion. So like, you know, you can take it with a grain of salt. That's totally chill. I just think, I don't know. I think there's, I feel like a broken record. It feels still kind of just like lifeless. Like it doesn't feel super Sonic-y in like kind of its world. Like there's some cool ideas at play here. I really like even climbing up that tower. It seems like there's a lot of interesting kind of elements at play there. I will say, interestingly, didn't get any gameplay of him fighting like enemies really. It's just him exploring the world. So they're trying to kind of show off the world and be like, hey, we have some stuff in here now. It doesn't look as empty as the first trailer did, which is like, it's appreciated. I think something that was interesting when you're talking about like, oh, they have like that one animation where like it pops in or something. Like we know when you like do the puzzle or whatever, that things pop in or like it'll show up. But I was watching back the footage and it just looks like it popped in. I feel like if you're gonna do that, incorporate like some animation, make it, because it just feels very choppy to me. Like like low budget in a sense, which is kind of ironic because they're spending money on this. They said like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make a really good Sonic game, and then did they say they're just like one of the first full budget titles or something, or was like that's completely wrong of me?
We don't know that for sure. We're hoping that that's the case.
Because I don't know, it gives off some vibes of like we're not full budget. I think it just bugs me how it is very choppy between shots. Like when it switches camera, like you have a moment where things are loading in, and it's just like the fact it's, you know, this is like a 2022 game in like from a AAA studio pretty much, and it's just like we're still getting problems that make it look like it's a low quality kind of game. And that's just what I guess kind of bumps me out about it. Like I really want to be hopeful, and I do think like this game, do you think they will delay it? Because I genuinely am like split on it.
I think they would.
Like,
yeah, I think they would. If people thought that it needed to be, I don't think it, like if they can tighten up, if they can polish up the animations, which I again think is realistic, I don't think they'll need to delay it. I don't think that's necessary. Because like I said, I think it looks like a 7.5, which is about the output they were doing with around Forces review-wise. But I think the fans will like it decently. Because like I said, it just looks like Generations open world. It's not where the bar should be, but it's serviceable. And I don't think it'll justify a delay. But if a delay is needed to kind of add more polish, then
just a few, like just maybe like till the summer of next year or something. Like I'm not asking for a year delay. I'm just asking for some more time to polish up these loose ends and
the
tie these
summer
loose
of
ends.
next year. That's literally a year delay.
No. I mean from the release. All right, Wallace. I'm sick of you.
wait, but that's a year from now.
Yeah.
No, I mean like a year for 6 months or 5 months from the release date of the game now.
Yeah,
would be a good delay. So till June of next year, I think would be a good delay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how profitable that it would be for like sales. Like you know, there's a reason why they all release in holiday, and it's because you know it's holiday. They're gonna maximize their sales quota.
But even then, I don't think they'll delay it to that extent. I feel
I don't
like
think they will either.
It's more also just like I don't think they're gonna like improve all that much from it. It's just gonna be here's more like levels kind of thing. But I feel like a lot of the core issues that I have are just gonna go kind of unsolved.
Probably.
Yeah, which is just like, man.
I think the delay is gonna fix the fundamentals of this game. So like, if people have a problem with the way the game is being portrayed or the way the game looks, how it plays, then a delay is not gonna fix that.
No, a delay is just gonna maybe add more stuff to do in the world.
Or they just fix bugs and stuff. Yeah, like whatever. It is what it is, and there's nothing we can do about it really, other than egg them on to keep trying with these games, and eventually they will. This game. It looks like it'll be interesting. Absolutely interesting. You know, but
be interesting.
That I want
like
probably
not.
Timeline. Gonna be real.
Wait, what was that last part you said, Gerbil?
Is it the ideal, interesting Sonic that I would want? It's not, but it is an interesting take on Sonic, and you know, this whole thing could be a good stepping stone for better experimentation, or just further experimentation with Sonic. And you know, again, I don't think this looks bad. I just think it just needs maybe a little bit more time to iron out some of the bugs and stuff.
Well said, Gerbil. Wallace, what were you trying to
Yeah.
say?
I guess my closing thoughts on this is I think what this game needs for me to be won over by it a little more, because again, I think I'm pretty similar with Gerbil. Like, I think idea-wise and kind of like compared to other Sonic games, this is definitely an interesting one in like the mainline series to just kind of like fit in. I think this game would benefit with, I feel like my main issue is it just feels kind of lifeless in the sense where it's a Sonic asset and like this kind of somewhat generic like open world realistic grassy, like you can keep that. I just feel like I think Sonic especially, I want him to have a little more kind of life, a little more fun, a little like more in his animations and stuff where they feel more animated or even just like a little more loose, because everything has like a stiffness to it where it feels like I don't know, I wish they would just kind of open up to like experimenting with the style a little more again, where Sonic would have like different kind of movements and just like how he goes about like his animations and moving his body and stuff, because it feels just like very stiff, generic. That's probably the only thing I could ask for.
Like the tricks, I was just watching them. The tricks look so jittery. Like it almost looks like it looks like SA1 almost. Like if you tried to implement a trick system into SA1, like how jittery it looks. Like the fact that it's 2022 and it looks a little jittery, like
it's one trick animation and that's it. That was what was cracking me up, is it's the same trick animation over and over again.
I will
say
say
they will fix that, but you know.
The hope is that they will. And that's why I'm sticking to the animations thing, because I think that will go a long way for the way that this game is, right? And I will say that I was pleasantly surprised in a lot of areas with what we ended up getting. I will, for example, like I expected Bill, Joe, Bob from IGN to be talking for a third of it. It wasn't the case. I also expected that there would be a lot of combat similar to what we saw in the teaser, and that was not the case. So that's promising. Again, we'll have to see though, because it seems more or less like the only other thing you can do in the world besides what we saw in this is to fight. I need to see those NPCs kind of get saved. I need to see subspace.
The fact that like there's no
cyberspace
NPCs in this is very like, oh, okay, are they, what's going on here?
Yeah, there needs to be like funny missions and NPCs that walk around, people that follow you, just stuff to make the world alive.
Yeah.
And I think we've
Exact replica of you, Evan. Just
What's
a
that?
real you in this game. A real like actual animated you.
Oh, you
Like
want
a
me
you
in the
NPC.
game?
Yeah, no, what if you were playing the game and you saw him and he was staring at you? What would you do? How would you react to that situation?
That would be very, very
Would you be freaked out?
strange. Yeah.
Would you be...
If they
He
base
got up on
somebody
a
off of me, that would be very strange.
he starts speaking like really private details, like your full name and your address. What would you do?
Oh my god, what if they put me in the game and they were like passive aggressive? So they were like, oh, Sonic, your animations are so stiff.
Yeah. So what you said on the stream and they play them back to you. So you're just hearing all the bad things you said about this game.
And then that would be confirmation that Sonic
That would
hates
be
me.
your red pill. That would be the ultimate red pill.
So before we head out, we haven't really spoken to the chat at all, so I'll reserve some time for some Q&A for all of us. So just ask us generic questions, not directed to any specific individual, and we'll just split it up between the three of us.
Ask really incriminating questions, yeah.
Just don't ask Evan where he was on April 30th, the night of 1997.
The bite of 97.
Are you gonna tell the chat about that, Evan?
What?
Are you gonna tell the chat about that night?
What? I have no idea what you're
Are you
talking
gonna
about.
tell the chat about that night?
I have no
The
idea what
April
you're
7th,
talking.
1997.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
What do you think of
It's
Sonic Boom Puzzle?
like
And did
disclosed
you see the
information.
show?
He's denying it on stream, but we know what happened because he told us.
Well, okay, we saw the little. Okay, we did see these little like new Chow-looking creatures. The I want to call them like the onion head kind of dudes at the end.
Yeah.
Like by the rock puzzles.
True, mate.
It would be cool to see just more of that kind of around the world. I mean, even like some nature and stuff would be, or like some like wildlife in some sense, if that's like what it is.
We
like some
saw
fake creatures,
birds.
but we did see some birds. I mean, like laying like on the ground kind of thing, and then Sonic goes wee, and then they like move out the way.
The birds
said
in Sonic
that.
don't make sense to me, right? Jet doesn't have wings, but we just saw like a bird flying in the sky, like. And it's also apparently it's not two worlds anymore; it's one. So like, what is going on with birds? I'm very confused.
Should we get an answer for you, Evan?
What?
Do you want us to like scour the internet for an answer for you?
An answer from what? What question?
Yeah, for why birds don't have wings in the Sonic series? Is that a hint?
Birds aren't real.
Like, do you want me?
Alright.
Do you want me and Wallace to whip out Wallop? I nearly said Wallop. Wallace to whip out our
Wallop.
NASA computers and start doing some intense research.
Yeah, I do actually want you to do that.
I'll do that.
All right, so let's look at the chat for some questions.
Someone's
I'm looking it
saying-
up right now. Actually, why don't
This
birds
is
have wings in
statements.
Sonic?
Someone says just like a statement here. Just there's no passion here. This really just looks like some fan game showing off.
He's talking about the
I-
stream, not about the game.
Yeah.
There's no passion here.
Honestly, like I think that's kind of where I'm sitting. I think just needs more. I mean, like my solution for anything is just needs more style. So I think loading in animations they should make with the. I mean, there's already a little bit of it I've seen where like the things will load in with like a little blue, like pop in, but it's not consistent. It'll be like a light blue kind of thing, and then it loads in like the actual stage. So I feel like if you're limited and you have items like and things popping in, make a feature of it. Make it so it has like the little blue effect like right before it loads in. I feel like that'll at least like make it kind of cool. Be like a kind of a cool, neat cover up. And then yeah, again, Sonic just feels like his animations and stuff. But you know, I'm a broken record at this point. It just feels like, to me, it feels kind of corporate, not much passion into it, and that's kind of where my issue lies. But I think
I just don't
there's
want
really
y'all
cool
to be
ideas at play.
swindled. I just don't.
Completely agree with Wallace. Like, I'm pretty much almost exactly where he's at. Very interesting takes, I know. Two people share the same opinion, and one guy is trying to like
I mean,
tell us how good it is. I
we all-
agree with both of you, actually.
we're all just like yes men for each other because I basically agree too. I just think there's still hope. I don't necessarily think we need.
Yeah,
to
I know, absolutely. I think there's hope.
I think Wallace mentioned things that can be done to improve the game, and I mean Sega has made it very clear they're listening, and so I think the expectation is that this is what we do. We exchange in this dialogue, and that they're listening, and so as long as we're doing our part and that we are offering feedback that is achievable, I think we're doing the right thing. Let's look for some other questions. Let's see here. How do you guys feel about the way Sonic moves? I feel like they haven't shown us all of his moveset, actions, and abilities. They definitely haven't, Rogers. I would agree with that. I mean, for example, we still haven't really seen technically the full infamous animation where Sonic is doing something. I think it's like the tornado kick from Sonic Battle, but then it gets really weird at the end. It looks
It's really funny. He's in the same static pose, like for the whole like process of it. It just doesn't look finished. Like nothing here looks. And that's to be expected, but like it's painfully unfinished. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's no rolling. Somebody just mentioned, right? Which there could be. Like, there's no reason that there couldn't be, even just for a little bit of a speed boost down some of these hills. Like, come on, just give us just a little bit, just a little taste.
I almost feel like you could also do like a slide, like how Sonic will slide in some other games and like recent
That'd be
like
fun.
Generations.
Sure.
Like sliding down the hill would be kind of cool. I don't know.
Only if it goes really fast when you do it down a hill.
Oh,
That'd
yeah,
be
yeah,
really
yeah.
fun.
That'd be fire.
So true.
Okay, let's see. Reading chat here. Boosting down a hill in this type of game feels wrong, to be honest. Yeah, I feel like even when he's going... Yeah, I mean, we've kind of talked that there's like kind of no momentum at play here. You know, your boy wants to be positive, but yeah, it does seem kind of weird, honestly, how it, even if he's going up or downhill, he kind of keeps the same speed. Kind of funky looking, not gonna lie. Is that an anime character I see?
I saw Ice Age.
Having Fruits Basket Prelude. I love Fruits Basket.
Wait, are you
I
guys
saw
watching?
Minecraft Ice Age.
Are you seeing the recommendations? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we were looking at your feed, bro.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
people are so nosy about freaking people's feed. That's so funny.
So he says
No, it's
so
because we went to the
nosy,
IGN
it's
channel and it's right beside
screen
it.
on like public view for everyone to see.
No, I know, but the fact that people are like, "Ooh, what's he doing?" I'm trying to
Because
find
I hope no
the.
one sees my recommended.
I'm trying to see. I know. I tried to turn it off so that people wouldn't say that stuff, and you guys are saying it. I'm trying to find Sonic Official YouTube.
We're trolling you right now.
Having
When
a
the
very long
Morbius
time.
icon in chat be spitting, they showed 7 minutes of footage while showing nothing at all at the same time. There was no context.
I
to
think the guy
anything.
playing it wasn't very good at the game.
So guys, you know what's really funny is in the teaser we saw a lot. Like in hindsight, we saw a lot in the teaser, which everyone told me I couldn't critique. But like this is a
Mario.
lot. There's a lot of stuff in here about how the combat works, and we haven't. There's the animation. So I think this is supposed to be the Sonic battle kick. I think that's what's going on. Like I think
It looks
he's
like the Blue Tornado, but like not as cool.
I think we'll get like another trailer in a week, maybe week or so, showing off like the combat a little closer. Because I feel like if we go into like the teaser, it just looks like footage from like this playthrough. I could be wrong about that, but
the motion doesn't make any sense, bro. Like it looks like Sonic like does a flip and then tries to do like a. I don't understand it, man.
He doesn't change animations,
You know,
so he
when,
stays in that same pose for the whole like 5 seconds of that movement.
He rotates
But
at the
they took
beginning.
his- bro, they took his
Oh,
model
yeah, I
and
mean,
just like
after
turned it
that.
around, like they did like a 360 like thing, like
What are
in
these,
Blender, like a
giant
Miku Miku
pimples
dance
he's
thing.
fighting?
All right, so what other questions do we got? The way he
Huge
interacts with the
pimple.
terrain is so static. Yeah, Supersonic 68, I would agree. Even just a
It's
little bit of
true.
momentum, like just some speed down the hills, like just a tiny little bit. The whole game doesn't have to be built around it. I get it, okay? I understand.
It's true though. He just everything about this, like the animations look so like disingenuous. Like they look so robotic and just, I mean, they're Forces animations, like straight up, right?
They're going for realism, and again, I think realism would be fine if Sonic was textured like the realistic environment he's in, and if they want to have him punch realistically, then
Sonic. That'd be funny
wait, what?
if they because you know the Smash Bros. Brawl model was like the realistic take on all the characters. Like that was the art style of the game. It was
Oh, in
like
Brawl?
realism. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like if you threw Sonic's Brawl model in here, it would look really funny.
They did that for that Sega Hire This
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. I did. If you threw that model in, it would literally look identical to that picture.
Someone's
Like,
gonna
that's
make that
crazy.
mod when this game comes out.
Yeah, I'd play that.
That's gonna be my model of choice. It's gonna be very funny.
I'd play that and send them money.
All right, Erico says, what do you think the levels will look like, or if there'll be any levels? What about the story are you optimistic about? I'm optimistic about the story. I do really trust Ian. I know a lot of people's gut knee-jerk reaction is to say that like, oh, but Sega's gonna find a way to ruin the story, and I do believe that Sega will impose a lot on the story, but I think Ian can handle it, especially if he handled IDW comic mandates and all that jazz. He's worked closely with Sega for a long time, so I trust him. I'm not worried about it at all. Levels, they're supposed to be cyberspace, and in the leaks that seem more legit now, but we have to proceed with caution because again, people interweave other leaks together, and sometimes the one you're reading is an interwoven story of fake and real. So, but anyway, I've heard I've heard that the cyberspace levels are kind of all the same in a lot of those leaks. So I'm hoping that might be where the visual flair goes, and they all look really different, and they're all really imaginative, and it looks really fun. To contrast this real world, that'd be really cool if we're like bouncing back and forth.
Yeah. I will say, I'm about to say something I haven't said about a Sonic game in like roughly a decade. Or even longer than a decade. I am genuinely looking forward to the story of this
Yeah.
because for like the first time in like over a decade, I'm like, yeah, no, just hearing like Ian behind the story and stuff. I feel like that's what I kind of look forward to most. That's gonna be like the one redeeming thing because I feel like for me personally, I've already kind of made up my mind on how I'm gonna feel about this game. But the story will definitely. I might actually buy I might buy a Sonic game again that isn't like Mania. And like I'm not much of a classic person. I more just bought that because everyone was talking about it. But like just out of my own kind of will and just kind of curiosity, just to experience the story, I think I'll probably buy this game just for that alone. But we'll see. That's what I want to learn more about. That's where I'm sitting.
Well, I mean, I'm definitely, again, I'm proposing changes that I think are realistic, and I think if those tiny changes are made, I think I would buy it. Still on the fence, because I really need to get an idea of how much there is to do in these worlds. I'm very tempted to buy it just on the grounds of the story. The reality is you can just watch the cutscenes on YouTube in the end. So there's got to be something that makes me want to buy it, that it wants to experience it. It is a video game at the end of the day.
Gotta experience this stuff. So yeah, that's how I'm kind of feeling. Here's a fun question. How long do you think the game will be in length for playtime?
My expectation is at least 5 hours.
Yeah, I think it'll be a long game. I don't think it'll be like necessarily a jam-packed game. I think it'll just throw like obstacles at your way that'll take forever to get past and stuff, and they'll be like, go to this specific part of the map and bring this back here, or some stuff like that. And that's how they'll pad out the game to reach like 10 hours or some absurd stuff like that.
Which is
it's
why
an open world game. It has to be long.
Right, but which is why I'm putting so much emphasis on how Sonic moves through the space, right? Because I know they're going to do that, and if they can make moving through the space fun, I've said it a million times, but Sonic has the unique advantage of making that kind of back and forth extension of the gameplay. They could make that fun if there's a way to express yourself through movement, right? Doing tricks off of rails and improvising with momentum and like mastering it. It's kickflips or whatever, right? Being able to improvise and think on the fly, it would be fun to run around and do stuff like that. And Sonic is able to do that where other games can't, so they should. And it's just weird that they are not.
Someone in chat saying it's gonna be 2 hours long.
Okay, that's even shorter than Forces, isn't it? Forces was like 3.5 hours or something.
I think
I think you could beat it in 2 hours.
So I'm saying probably. I feel like 7, maybe like 7 to 8 hours would be kind of a sweet spot, and then being still able to just like run around in the open world and stuff. But yeah, I feel like maybe storyline, like main gameplay wise, 7 to 8 hours is kind of what I'm hoping to get, but we shall see.
Oh yeah, brother.
Amazing.
Oh yeah, brother.
All right, so let's take
That was awesome.
let's take a few more questions and then we can close up.
I can go back to bed.
Yeah. They will not delay it. I agree, Michael. I don't think they will. But we'll see. We'll see how things go. I hate watching cutscenes online unless I beat the game. Right, but if the gameplay isn't where I think it justifies a purchase, if I feel like I'm being swindled, why would I buy it? You know what I mean? You kind of vote with your wallet.
This isn't selling me. This game isn't selling me. Like the whole point of like a game review, or not a gameplay showcase like this, is to sell me on the concept, and it's not selling me on the concept. Like it's just making me even more scared for how the game is going to turn out. But we'll wait and see, won't we?
Rylan says, do you think the cyberspace levels are actually going to be fun, like unique and not just straight linear boost gameplay? Do you think they'll have other characters you can unlock? I really hope there's at least some segments where you can play as other characters, especially considering that there's already attack animations that look kind of put in very lazily. And so it would make sense if there was other characters that would kind of justify, right? Because if there ends up being a huge amount of depth in this game, and those fighting animations end up being a small portion of the overall picture, I'll laugh at my old video and it will age poorly. My problem is that I'm anticipating there being a lot of fighting as they pad the game out. That's why I said what I said. And so we'll only know as time goes on. But so anyway, cyberspace levels, I'm hoping they'll be imaginative and they don't all look the same. I'm hoping they don't do what they kind of did with the Colors Sonic Simulator levels. If that's the approach they go in and they all look the same, and again, the various open zone environments, if they all end up kind of looking the same as this, of course there's going to be a missing piece of variety. The hope is that the other open zones will look much different from this, so it really feels like there's a huge scope, there's a lot to do in every map, they have level specific mechanics. So but anyway, the idea is that each zone would have something worth going back to experience again, focusing on that experience. I'm not going to buy it unless there's some sort of experience I need to experience by buying it. And with YouTube and people uploading cutscenes, the narrative isn't enough to make me buy it. But there should still be a focus on the narrative in the game, because when narrative and gameplay match, that's where your immersion is maximized and you get a satisfying experience.
Yeah, I think what'll be interesting, because they said, oh, this game will kind of define the direction that Sonic goes in for the next like 10 years or something. It has me thinking like, you know what? I wouldn't mind if there was more open world Sonic games, or like semi-open, because like if something like can't wait to bring this up, something like Sonic Speed Simulator and even like some of the fan games in the past, like Utopia, have proven in the past, Sonic does work in an open world environment, and it would be a breath of fresh air. It's just more like what you do with that world, because this one does feel like it doesn't give, like, it's not like the fullest potential it could be at. And I fear that, like, if the fans don't like this game, or we kind of complain about it and then say, like, oh, back to the drawing board, that we completely scrap that idea. Because I feel like an open world Sonic game is still a good idea. I just think this world isn't doing much. But, like, if it, like, I think going in now, knowing even what they do at this moment, and they had to, like, kind of start from scratch, I feel like we would already get a much better world.
Yeah. And the idea is that this is gonna.
Yup.
Well, no, I'm talking. I'm answering.
No, it's just funny. You're like, yeah.
The idea is that they'll build on it in the future, and they have said that that's what they want to do. So hopefully that's what they end up doing. And I think that's really all we can say at this time. Again, we have a whole month of Frontiers, so hopefully that's indication that there's a month's worth of content about the game. And we don't just see the same things over and over again. And hopefully they don't give us too much information to the point where there's nothing to actually experience when we buy the game. And that's basically it.
I expect mostly interviews at this point, and then like one more gameplay trailer maybe at the end of the month showing off like the combat or something.
He will run around and dash like a maniac.
That sounds about right. You know, a lot of interviews. The interviews will probably have new pieces of gameplay here and there. So stay tuned on our socials, Twitter, Instagram, even Snapchat. No, not Snapchat. Even TikTok.
Snapchat?
We have a Snapchat, and I used it until my phone got so awful that I can't use it. I'm gonna get a new phone.
Yeah, that sounds like bloatware. It like clogs up your phone.
Well, no, it's not all run by one person. But anyway, we have all kinds of socials, so choose your favorite and stay tuned to Tails Channel socials to be constantly in the loop about all things Sonic the Hedgehog. Do you guys have any last things you want to say about Frontiers for now before we close it off?
I'm curious to see how when we look back on this in the future, like this future, like we look at this game, I'm curious to see where it'll fit into the Sonic timeline and like the kind of trajectory that the series will take after this. I think we're at a very crucial point in like Sonic history again,
because of the movie.
We're going, well, not just because of the movie, but I think like just game wise in the timeline, I feel like we're about to see a big kind of switch again, like we had with like an Unleashed, like in past tense, like Unleashed kind of set the ball rolling in that like the boost formula direction. I feel like this is kind of gonna be the equivalent of like Unleashed, where it's gonna kind of be a stepping stone for the next big like the direction the series takes. I hope that because there's a lot of good ideas here, I hope that it doesn't go to classic Sonic, like Sonic Team formula of here's a good idea, oh, but we didn't do it right the first time, into the trash. Like, I hope that they like.
Well, they haven't done that for a while when you think about it.
Shut up, Jer. Shut up and chat.
I'm so glad that you just saw that now. I'm not even looking at the comments unless someone tells me to like shut up. I can't deal with the meanness. I think Wallace talks too much. I think he should stop speaking. I think he should let Gerbil speak, actually.
Okay, Gerbil, what do you want to say?
Here's my opinion. Hi.
So
honestly, like, oh, sorry, my bad,
go.
pimp.
Go.
The mid. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be the one to say it. Mid. I don't like what I'm saying. I think there were some really interesting things going on. Like the wall running's cool. I like some of the ideas here, but I say that about every Sonic game. I like the ideas here, but I never like the execution.
Context is Gerbil. Gerbil is a classic fan, so you can let him say mid all you want.
Yeah.
He can. No, I mean, I think it's appropriate context because a lot of people will just be like, oh.
Everyone likes terrible, awful, bad modern Sonic. So.
I mean, some people like different things, all right, Gerbil? I hope you know this.
Yeah, well, my opinion is,
better.
I think you're a mean person. I think you're not a nice person. I think
we have to end on a positive note. Okay, so the
good
good news is
amazing.
A good game, a great game, in fact, is within reach. We do think that maybe a couple of months delay might be worth it, but again, it's the holidays, so I don't think they will. But I do think it's realistic that they can make a few changes and they will go a long way. We have a whole month, so I'll see you in the coming weeks to cover more of Sonic Frontiers and Prime and all the other stuff we're going to see this month. This was Evan from Tails channel, and we also have been joined by our surprise guests, Wallace Prower and Gerbil. Thank you for cutting through the awkward tension. As I tried to remember your usernames. Did I pronounce them right? Did I say them right?
Yeah.
No, you pronounced Gerbil wrong.
Wait, no, but I thought there was more words. Is there more words in it?
I think everyone just calls me Gerbil. It's okay. Sergeant Gerbil, but
Sergeant Gerbil. All right. We'll be back soon. Same group, same topics, more gameplay. Have a great week, guys.
Tell your parents or guardians that you love and appreciate them. You are screaming into like a microwave, my friend.
Is it that bad?
Take care, everyone.
That was awesome. That was really funny.